The most famous landmark in Marseille is Notre-dame de la Garde. Rising high above the city, it is visible from much of Marseille. The first stone of the church was laid in 1853, but it was built on remnants of a fort that was important for the defense of the city. But this is not the first time this has been a place of worship. In 1214, the priest Pierre built a chapel and sanctuary here. During the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, many chapels succeeded each other until the current basilica was built. Notre-Dame de la Garde was built because so many pilgrims visited the city of Marseille. The former chapel was simply too small and could not handle so much pilgrims. The pilgrims were not only local, they came from all of the region, some even further away. It took until 1864 until the basilica was consecrated. The architectural style is Roman Byzantine, which is a style I deeply appreciate. When you arrive to the basilica, you do realize that it is actually two churches, a lower with an arched vault and a higher, the sanctuary. The higher church is filled with gold and is consecrated to the Virgin Mary, hence the name Notre-Dame de la Garde, which translates to Basilica of Our Lady of the Garde. How do you get here? Yes, you can walk, which I did a couple of years ago. But be ready, it takes about 45 minutes, and it is uphill all the way, sometimes pretty steep. The next time, when I filmed this in 2024, I took bus number 60 all the way from the old port to the cathedral. A much better option. I advise to be here early because in tourist season, this cathedral attracts a lot of people, but it's completely worth it. However, when editing, I realized that the cathedral has a museum, something I have missed now twice, and it sounds really interesting. So next time I visit Marseille, I think I need to head in there. What do you think of churches like this? Do you also think they are beautiful? I mean, not everyone are religious, and you can also argue that the Catholic Church in some sense throughout history has been greedy with all their money. But it still serves a spiritual purpose for many, and people do still come here as pilgrims. You are welcome here as a tourist, but remember, people are praying here, and it is an historic and an important place for many Catholics in Marseille, so just be respectful, and you should be fine. It is located at 150 meters above sea level. That might not sound much, but as I said before, the walk up the hill is very steep. The bell tower of the cathedral is 41 meters tall and has a golden statue of Virgin Mary that is 11.2 meters. Of course, it is covered in gold. What else when much else in this historic basilica is covered in gold? Unfortunately, the cathedral has suffered from a lot of wear and tear. It was restored in 2001. For example, the Byzantine mosaics needed to be restored, with other works being done as well. Pollution is a real threat to the basilica, and the same year the original green stone was restored. The restoration in 2001 took 7 years. Restoration work is to be done in 2025 again. I do not know what they need to restore now, but I am all in for the cultural restoration of historic cultural landmarks, because historic landmarks can tell us so much about history. But I can say, when I visited in 2024, I could not see any real sign that it needed to be restored right away. But I am not an expert in that field. I am just someone that enjoys really old and beautiful buildings. To the people that restore these really old buildings, I salute you. You are doing a great job. I really appreciate the work and time you put down on restoring this building. It is important work. If you think more people should see this basilica, leave a comment or like. I am thankful for that. Thank you for watching.